baby, let's just dance, dance. Let's just dance, baby. I just wanna dance, 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 dance. Can you feel it? Can you take it? Can you come and breathe it? All of this electricity, do it right now, right now. Turn the volume up loud, give me your electricity.
Welcome back to the bar. It is bitch number 1, Christi.
Bitch number 2, Kelly.
I don't know. I feel like you should be the featured bitch this week because you're recapping.
Yes, but I'm not a bitch in this episode for once in my life, please.
I'm not a bitch in this episode either.
No. So neither one of us are bitches.
Okay, so let's redo that. This is good girl number 1.
Good girl number 2.
We're the good girls. We're the good girls this week. Okay, before we talk about why we're such good girls, let's start by thanking our Patreons. You guys are the best. Love our Patreons. So these are the people who went over to patreon.com/backtothebar. That's BARRE, like a ballet bar. And they subscribe to our Patreon channel. So they get exclusive behind the scene content, extra after party episodes, video content, all kinds of fun things. So let's thank Bailey, Jessley, Carrie, Becky, Molly, Last Kid Picked, Frockalo, Vanessa, Jazz, Summer Roy, Davina, Abbey, Sweet Lily, Maya, Sage, Ellen Claire, Ruby, Susan, Maya, Jill, Lucia, Ian, Hannah, Jade, Marina, Emmy, Miyu, Anna, Gabriella, Chai, Victoria, Kyler, Olivia, Ellen, Jessica, Celise, Sade, Mads, Anna, Christi. Oh, she spells it like me. Madison, Lauren, Maddie, Charlie, Ruth, Natalie, Jamie, Amithi, Julia, Hannah, Mary, Aaron, Lily, Person, Megan, Sam, Emily, Ashley, Anna, Nick, Christi, Issa. That's another Christi who spells it like me. Oh, wait, no, that was me.
That was you.
Yeah, when we were trying to figure out how to subscribe
for the happy hour.
Yeah, oh, that is me. Okay.
Trying to get me on there.
Yeah. Allison, Jennifer, Beth, Aaron, Yasmin, Emily, Isabel, Jessica, Allie, Tyler, Savannah, Andrew, Maddie, Sarah, Nicole, Carmen, Lorna, Lauren, Kiera, Danny, Lena, Cheryl, Alex, Hannah, Britta, Abby, Brianna, Georgia, CWS, Caitlin, Brinky, Allison, Amanda, Emily Lynn, Kyler, Mary, Linda, Janine, Casey, Natalie, Kelly, Nicole, Kayla, Adriana, Tia, and Kate. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
It really does mean a lot that so many of you care to go over.
I know, it's
subscribe.
So exciting.
It is exciting. And we hope that we have great content for you. And Kelly, I actually have really exciting news about the Patreon.
What?
I found literally billions of dance DVDs this weekend.
Oh, yay.
I did. And they're from competitions. I mean, I hit like the mother load. So I have not gone through them yet. I don't know what's on there. But I mean, when I say I hit the mother load, I had boxes of them. So I'm going to do some deep digging and see what I can find there.
Yeah,
that'll be so exciting. Yes. And one other thing before we get started, you know what we forgot last episode?
What?
We forgot to pick our favorite lines from the week.
Oh, I'd have to go get my notes.
I was so sad because that's one of my favorite parts. And I think I had a good one. I can't remember what though. So maybe we'll do that at the end of the episode.
Okay.
We'll get our notes. And then
because I'll have to get my notes.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that we forgot to do it. See, we're not just pretty faces. We're dumb too.
We're dumb blondes.
Couple of dumb bitches.
We don't just have fun.
Well, actually, maybe we have too much fun. I don't know.
Maybe that's why we're dumb.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why we forgot. We maybe had too many of our drinks.
Yeah, but what's your drink today?
I have. Let me see.
You are killing me because your drink.
I've been doing homework.
Yes,
I most certainly have because
mine are boring.
You were showing me up in the beginning. I had to I am having. It's called a summer breeze, and this the video of the song is Summer Love Song. So you get it?
Yeah,
Summer
I get
Breeze.
it. I got it.
And it is, I don't know how to pronounce it. I brought it over. It's Apple.
It's not Summer Love Song. Wait, it's like Summer. Brooke's song is Summer Love Song.
Oh, it's like summer. It has summer in the freaking title. Like, shut up. Okay. It's called Apple. I don't know how to say this. GWAYAV. Guave? I don't know. But it's Apple Guave. I can you see it? Island John vodka. But it's apple and guava flavored vodka.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. And you put it with lemonade. And a splash of pomegranate juice with a lemon wedge. Oh my God. It is so good. It's so refreshing. Like I drink vodka and lemonade all the time.
Yeah.
This, like stuff is so good.
Let me write that down. What's it called?
It's called Island John.
We like Island John.
Yeah. And then Apple GWAYAV.
All right. I'm going to get it.
Vodka. But with the lemonade, like it's so good with the lemonade and pomegranate juice.
I'm going to have that. Oh, and it's in a pretty glass. I'm really boring. I'm really boring. I'm drinking just a glass of rosé champagne because I thought there's 2 good episodes Chloe has in Dance Moms, and this is one of them. So
you would think that this would be sour because it has the lemonade in it, but it's nice and sweet.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. It sounds refreshing.
It is. And like you can like taste, I should have put an apple slice in it because you can really taste the apple. It's yummy.
But you don't mind the apple? Because sometimes I don't love an apple in my drink, but I think all the other stuff I'd like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you definitely showed me up, but here's the problem though. So I opened like an entire bottle of champagne and now I have the same issue that you have.
Well, that's why I said them little bottles last week. I love those. I drank another one of those the other day. I was at the bar and I had like 2 glasses of wine and came home. Well, I wanted like another one. But you can't open a whole bottle.
No.
And just drink one. So it's perfect. It's perfect.
Well, it's 11 o'clock on a Monday. I certainly don't want to leave like at a really expensive bottle of champagne.
Exactly. Well, you have all day to drink it. You got all day, girl.
I have all day, but my head will hurt by 5. Oh God.
Well, I'm going to bingo. I'll be like Luke for my bingo. Maybe I'll win.
Your bingo. You're such a fucking nerd.
It's fun.
Except though, I can't wait to come down and go to like.
Yeah, you keep asking me. So yeah, it's bingo bitches, they call it. You can't call out just bingo. You have to scream bingo bitches.
Have you won?
I won once. The first time I went.
Did you? Oh, beginner's luck. They sucked you in.
I know. And now I've been going for months and I haven't won shit.
Well, maybe you need me. I'll be your lucky charm.
Okay.
I'll come down. We'll go to bingo.
Okay.
Who would have thought we'd see the day when Christi and Kelly were heading to bingo?
Bingo, yes.
We went from the supper club to bingo. Oh, how the mighty has fallen.
Yes.
On Patreon, somebody wrote a comment and said that instead of just always drinking when Abbey wears a headband, the listeners need to drink every time we mention naked pizza. Because we bring it up all the time.
We bring it up all the time.
Never told the whole story yet. So
I don't know if we want to know that story.
No, that's one of the best.
Gosh.
It's absurd.
It was your fault.
Oh, it was not. I came late. So. By the time I got there, your ass was drunk in the corner, standing on a couch holding your shoes.
But you're the one that wanted the pizza.
Well, I was hungry. I was trying to absorb our alcohol. I was trying to avoid the hangover.
Yeah, and then you passed out.
Yeah. All right.
So I had to save the day and get the pizza. I saved the day.
You're a real superhero, Cal.
I am. I'm glad you recognized that.
All right, superhero. It's your week. I screwed up 2 weeks ago because I took over and it was your week. So they've heard my mouth for 3 weeks in a row. I cannot wait to just sit here and listen.
Yes. Okay.
So it's all you, bitch.
So this week is episode 12, and it's called There's Only One Star. And we are back in LA. Ugh. Yuck. So they show us entering the studio in LA, and Abbey says, thought we were going home after Tahoe, but nope, we're going to LA. And she has a surprise for us.
Kelly.
What?
we're not in LA
No?
in that studio.
No?
We're in Studio B.
You know what? I thought that. Are you sure?
I'm
Because
100%
I thought
positive.
I thought the same thing. And then I'm like, well, no, maybe they just have the same colors as us.
Nope.
How can they pass that off? I got to go back and relook.
It is Studio B. I do not remember this, but it's obvious we shot that as a pickup.
Really? Because
Yes.
I saw it and I thought, oh, that looks like Studio B. And then I thought, there's no way.
It's Studio B. We're standing in the back next to the moms are standing there next to the tape player or whatever. The kids are there.
Yeah.
It is Studio B. So I looked at that and I was like,
That's weird because I thought the same thing. And I didn't even look into it because I thought there's no way they would. I mean, people would notice it was Studio B.
Oh, it's Studio B. It's very interesting. I mean, look, it's like we're not supposed to say certain things, but it's really
pretty obvious. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't remember that being a pickup, but the only thing that reminds me or makes me think that it really could be a pickup is that we look like we made more of an effort for Pyramid. So it was clearly not like just shoved in the middle of a really grueling schedule.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like we had time to like actually get dressed, maybe put on an eyelash.
There we go.
So
yeah. That would be nice.
I came to play because I was wearing my leopard dress. So Holly bitches about leopard. And
I
was
had
like,
this on.
Here I am. Did you?
I had this on. Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that. Is it long?
No. No, it's short.
Well,
it's my Target dress.
Oh, at least it's
one I probably should have thrown away, but
no, is it comfy? Who cares?
It is. And I actually might wear it to bingo tonight. It's a little much for bingo, but
no, I'm telling you, you'll be the best dressed at bingo.
Oh, well, I've showed you pictures of my bingo. Yes, I'm always the best dressed. It doesn't take much.
Kelly sent me a picture of bingo. It looks like the bar from Star Wars.
Be nice about my bingo. I'm not taking you.
Oh, I want to go. Please take me.
Okay.
Well,
so we start off with Pyramid, and there is no Pyramid this week.
Woo!
Yay!
Drink for that. Let's just drink because that's great.
Okay, that's amazing. So we're all in a straight line, which is fabulous. Abbey says to us that LA is about the look, not the talent. Ugh. And that her surprise is that we're doing a major music video.
Yay! Everybody screams.
Well, at first I'm sitting there and I look totally disgusted. Like, why are we here? And then she says about the video, and then I get excited.
But why
I'm out just another week of freaking dance. I'm like, wow.
When don't we look disgusted, to be fair?
Oh my God. And then she makes the amazing announcement that the audition is not up to her.
And that's the greatest thing to ever happen in the history of the universe.
But then the worst thing happens. She says it's we're going to learn a hip hop combo because the music video is hip hop. And if you know anything about our three girls, they have to be the worst hip hoppers ever to hit the earth. Like I'm watching it. I'm just hysterical laughing. Like between
bad hip hoppers.
Oh my God, we are bad. We are bad.
It's bad. And Abbey uses my favorite quote, the one that reminds me of the night I got roofied. Remember what she said?
Everybody for themselves.
Every man for himself.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she said that when I got roofied.
Yeah.
If you missed that story, it's on the Patreon.
So Abbey does an interview and she's saying that it's not about a costume. It's not about a competition. Oh, I'm thinking that was meant for us. Like, because I always yell about the costumes and you always yell about unfair competition.
Yes, ma'am.
Gosh. So they can chew you up and spit you out, or they can make all of your dreams come true.
True story.
So she tells us, be prepared for the worst.
I mean, we honestly have experience there. We're always prepared for the worst.
Yeah, because we always get the worst. But then she says that Abbey starts talking about the hip hop dance, and they go to Brooke, and Brooke is like playing with her fingers like she's a nervous freaking wreck. She's like, why in the world is it hip hop? And then Abbey tells us that hip hop is not any of our fortes, which, no, it's not.
No, it is not.
Definitely not.
Did you see what happens though right after she says that?
Mm-mm.
Just keep it. What are you drinking out of the koozie?
That was a Diet Coke.
Oh, okay.
I was starting to cough, so I needed a drink.
Right after she tells us that hip hop is not our forte, she shows us that hip hop is her forte because she is dancing.
Oh gosh. When she dances, how about my kids? They always laugh.
Oh, they're
always laughing at her,
losing their mind. I think I actually have that.
It's so funny. They like to laugh at her.
We'll have a drink
right?
for
and they
do
it. They do it right in front of her face, which is the greatest. Like, it's not like they like try to hide it. Back. They're just like, ha, ha, look at you.
Maybe that's their way to get her back a little bit instead of.
I don't know, but they have more balls than me and you, because normally you and I are just like doing it behind her back or something
in the corner.
Yeah, so I got to give my kids some kudos for doing it right in front of her face, man. So then they go to us. We're outside and we're talking about the auditioning, and we will do whatever our kids need. You say, if any of us women can make it happen, it's us.
My boobs came to play. My boobs were out in that dress.
Okay. The water bra.
Exactly. I actually have a little note that says water bra. Holly has on her Kim K glasses. We were very LA.
Holly had like a leopard kind of shirt on, and it was like one sleeved. She was like styling this episode.
To sit in the parking lot.
Yeah, we were in the parking lot. Oh my God. Yes. I had like a long kind of dress on with ruffles.
Ball gowns, and we were sitting in a parking lot that had lawn furniture covered in sheets.
Yes.
It was so bad. Oh, do you have your feather in your hair? You have this long thing that's like weird in your hair in the scene. And I kept going back to look to see. I think it's one of those damn feathers.
Remember we had those? Yeah, we had those done. I don't know. Maybe I did.
There was a scene that never aired. It might be a bonus content somewhere where they made you, me, and Holly go to like the beauty salon. Remember they wanted one of us to dye our hair, and we're like, no.
Yeah, no.
And then we were like, we'll just get those little feathers. Cause remember that's when everyone had that feather.
Yeah,
extension.
it was really popular back then.
Clara even had one. And then they sent us next door to that really odd store on Melrose where you wore that leather jacket with the big wings in the back.
Yeah, that was a crazy store. It was beautiful though. Remember the whole outside was like all covered with like vines and stuff. Oh my God, it was beautiful.
It's still on Melrose, but Holly bought that little like top hat that she's like, I'm gonna wear this to church.
It was like a headband top hat.
Yeah, and she's wearing it to church.
Oh gosh. So as we're sitting outside and we say that this group of women, we can make it happen. Melissa says that we can all help each other. And I think you wanted to like choke. You were like, you're going to help me? No.
Well, and there's a lot of stories that have happened that I've never talked about publicly that happened before the show that were, and I'm not going to bring them up now, because if I bring them up, everyone's going to be like, oh my God, you hate Melissa, blah, blah, blah. But I'm basing that on years of bullshit that happened behind the scenes. Like, we would help in the sense that if somebody needed somebody to pick somebody up or take them somewhere.
Yeah.
But if push came to shove and like you were at an audition and it was down to 2, your kid was getting locked in the bathroom. That's what I
yeah. Well, you're in an interview saying that Melissa is calculated, master manipulator, and she only will do things for her children.
I mean,
I guess
she'll take them. She'll take them, but you know,
I think we all would do that.
Yes.
So then they go into the dance room, and Abbey is doing her hit. And that's where my kids are laughing at her.
Busted out. Totally busted out.
And Abbey is explaining how the auditions work. And, you know, not everybody likes auditions. So they can throw you out, or, you know, keep you go, you know, which is hard. Like when you're standing there and you're with your friend and they're like, you go, and they keep your friend, like that is very hard.
Yep. They
show us walking into a dance studio. It's called IDA, International Dance Academy. And how about, is this hysterical? I know a girl down here. I'm friends with this little British kid, and he started dating a girl, and they actually got engaged and are actually now pregnant. But she used to teach there.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah. So when I'm like meeting her and she's like, oh, like I've seen you before. And I'm like, where have you seen me? She's like, in LA. She's like, you guys were at my studio. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
So
like
funny.
It was just so weird because now she lives here, like 2 minutes
and
from
you're friends
me.
with her.
Yeah. But I thought that was pretty funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question because they show us walking into IDA and we're like walking on Hollywood Boulevard. Had you ever been to LA before this season of Dance Moms?
No.
I had not either. That was the first time I had ever been there. And I had a totally different thought, an idea and picture in my head of what I like thought Hollywood Boulevard would be. And like,
really?
Yeah. First of all, if you've never been to LA, Hollywood Boulevard is like a dirtier equivalent of Times Square.
Exactly.
Like
I thought it was going to be
filthy.
Definitely more
glamorous or something.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's what I mean. Like walking there, everyone's like, oh, the stars. And I'm like, no, Marilyn Monroe's star is outside of a fucking McDonald's. You know, like that's all you need to know. Like she's the most iconic movie star of all time. And there's usually ketchup or fries on her star.
Hey, she got a star, man.
Yeah.
I'll take it outside of whatever you want to take it out in front of. I'll take it. So then Abbey says that MSA is going to be auditioning and casting the girls. And they go to an interview of you. And you're like, it was like a cattle call with all these kids. They were kids. There was teenagers everywhere. And
Brittany was in it.
I know. Did you see her? Yeah. They did like a close up on her.
Yeah. We saw
that was exciting. So
I was like,
do you know about that? Like, did they fly her in for that? Or was Brittany already there for a competition or something? And
I think that some of the seniors, I think they were there for one of the other competitions. I feel like.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't realize, so Brittany is Diane's older daughter. She's like a year older than Brandon. So she's Brandon's sister. Abbey always had the older kids like do more West Coast competitions in the summer. I think Brittany was already there. And I just want to say though, what was funny that we kind of skipped over is when Abbey was having the girls do that hip hop number or hip hop practice in the studio, Abby's version of hip hop was not really hip hop.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's not really hip hop.
A bot mahant and like, I'm like, that's not hip hop.
Yeah, but that's why we're not good at hip hop because they never really taught it at our studio, and like that is her version of hip hop. Yeah,
she'll tell you she teaches hip hop, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I didn't think that was hip hop.
I don't know if you have seen this portion of me yet, but it's really unfortunate that Chloe and I are really featured in this episode a lot in our interviews because these are the worst interview looks that Chloe and I have ever had so far.
That's like me with that outfit last week. It was the only time we didn't change our clothes 100 times and it was the worst outfit I ever owned.
Exactly. Like that's how I look. I look horrible. I look like I just took brown eyeshadow and like rubbed it around my eyes. No mascara. Chloe looks like she rolled out of bed and stuck a headband on and went like this all around her mouth with
That's probably why they picked those interviews. They showed the MSA dance agent is JC Gutierrez. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it correctly, but he's talking and he's our agents for the top dancers and choreographers in the business. And then right there has been legit. Yeah, that's where they show Britt. And then they show us learning the dance. And the choreographer is Ben Allen. And Abbey says how auditions work. And did you see in the back, there was Brian.
Oh, I didn't. I totally missed
Brian
it.
Right there. And then Brian's like in the background.
Oh, I totally
he's like right in
missed
amongst the like dancers, like during the audition. Yeah, he's in the cattle
trying to
call.
get numbers.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to point out, if you see when our girls are in auditions, they all have their hair done cute. Like Chloe has the braid into the pony, like they have their flowers and stuff in the hair. And that became such a signature look of Dance Moms.
And that was our tutor. Our tutor's the one that always did that little braid pulled back into the pony. I just actually texted her this morning. When I text her, I did it on Facebook. She has the cutest little kids. Oh my God.
She's so adorable.
Sweet. Yeah.
She's so sweet. Well,
but that became like the thing. They had to do it like every week. Yeah.
And people would show up to meet us and all these little kids all around the world would show up with their hair with the braid and the pony and the flower in the hair. Or the bows, like we had the bows before JoJo had the bow. And it was like such a look from Dance Moms. And it really stood out to me when they were in those auditions, because our kids weren't dressed like the rest of the LA kids. Did you notice that?
No.
Everybody's in like baggy t-shirts, and our kids are like, we have a rice
and like cut off shorts and like sweatpants shorts. And we're like all like with our bows and flowers and matching little outfits.
Yep.
So Abbey explains to us how auditions work. She says you learn a dance in a large group, and then they cut it down into smaller groups. And then they go to Brooke. Brooke is asking Kenzie, do you know it?
Mm-hmm.
And then the choreographer comes over and says, like, what's the matter? Is everything okay? And Brooke like sees him asking if everything's okay. She bolts out of there. And she's like, come on, you're on your own, Kenz.
I saw her run because she didn't want him to ask her.
I don't know, but she did. I think she just didn't like want to be involved in like Kenzie being upset and whatever. So Kenzie says that, not ready. She doesn't know it.
And she turns around and she looks dead in the camera and then turns her back on the camera.
It's funny. Well, because she was starting to cry. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think she knows, like, I'm crying. Like, I don't want the camera to catch me. So then Abbey tells us that auditions are hard because they talk about you in front of your face. She always talks in front of our face. There ain't nothing we ain't used to.
I was just going to say, that's why we're very well prepared.
Yes. But they go to an interview of Brooke, and Brooke's like, you got to do 16 counts of improv. And she's like, I think I saved myself. Because she's like, I suck so bad at hip hop that I needed that improv so I could do all my tricks. So then you're interviewed, and you're talking about Julie McDonald, who's the co-owner of MSA. And she wants to meet our girls or see our girls afterwards, like as a group. So Julie McDonald tells us that, rejection is a huge part of this business. And they look at for the commercial aspect, the danceability, their presence when you walk in. And I do think that's very important. Like when you walk in, like the first impression is, I think, very important for sure.
And they're all standing there so pretty. And you know how Abbey like harps on them over and over and over about standing in bevel and Abby's standing like with her feet 14 feet wide with like her mouth hanging open. And I'm thinking like, and here's all these little girls standing.
Right. Yeah.
And I thought, maybe you should lead by example, Ab.
Yeah. You tell her that.
I will. I'm going to tell her to her face.
Okay.
Next time we're at lunch, I'll let her know.
Okay. You let me know how that goes, because I'm not coming. I don't need heartburn.
She'll poison my lunch, sprinkle rat poison on my salad.
Mm-hmm. So they tell us that they have amazing news for us, that there is a new and upcoming pop star that needs a dance group. And oh my God, the kids are so excited. They're so damn cute.
They're so cute. No wonder why people love those girls. They're so freaking sweet.
And then Brooke comes on as an interview and says, I don't normally get excited. But she was so excited. It was so cute to see.
Yes.
Then we're at Evolution's dance studio learning choreography.
Wait, you forgot the part when they said that and Chloe turns around. Everybody's screaming. She turns around. She sticks her hands out. She goes, thank you very much to the judges first. And then Abby's like, back up. And she said something about her 10%. Did you hear, Abbey?
Yeah.
She said something about her 10%. I listened to it a couple times. I couldn't catch it, but then they all end up shaking hands. But I thought it was really cute that they were like professionals. Yeah. And then when Paige comes out, she tries to fake us out. She's like, we didn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty funny. Yeah. We didn't make it. And then they're like, yes, we did. Doesn't take much to please them. That's for sure.
And that's what I mean. They could have had like these kids so excited about so many things. Just giving them this much, you would have had so much more from them.
Yeah, I agree. Then the record producer comes into the studio, and his name is Seven Williams. And he tells us that Lux is who the video is for. And then did you see Tammy, the makeup artist?
I did. And Dee's right next to her.
Yes. Tammy and Dee.
Well, Tammy's the one who took us out to the Federal the night. So that was a story we told on the Patreon.
Tammy got me started with the bingo. Were you with us, or was it me and Alyssa that went to the drag queen bingo.
Oh, I wasn't there. I don't know why I wasn't there.
I think I was with Melissa.
Yeah.
And we went
Hamburger
to
Mary's,
that was
right?
I don't remember where we were.
It was probably
that was my
Hamburger
first
Mary's.
drinking bingo, man.
That's really fun. I used to go to bingo with my grandma when I was pregnant with Chloe.
Seven's telling us about who the video is for and stuff, and he introduces us to the choreographer. His name is Ray, and he tells us it's going to be long days. And Seven says that they're going to do an on-screen test for hair and makeup. And then on the day of the shoot, he will select one person to be a star. Which is totally not the way things go. They don't pick you as you're dressed and ready to go on for the shoot. That was totally like for the TV show for everybody to like get their hopes up and stuff. And they pick at the last second because that is definitely not how it happens.
No. And honestly, you can tell later on because Chloe already has Lux's hair. Like
exactly.
But as soon as they start, you're like, oh, well, and Brooke even says.
A couple of them do. Maddie, Brooke, and Nia all notice that. Yeah. We have an interview of Chloe, and she says she wants to be the lead. She wants to make it big in Hollywood and this be her first music video. It's how cute.
Yeah.
And then Maddie gets interviewed and says she hopes that she's chosen, that she would like to be the lead. And then we're back at rehearsals and Kenzie's crying again because she just doesn't get it. So they send us all to go get a drink.
Well, wait a minute. Kenzie, though, when Melissa and her go to the bathroom, the camera like swoops in the door and Mackenzie points right at the camera. She points at it. She like points at the camera.
Because she wants it to get away.
Yeah. And then she turns her back. It's hilarious. It's hilarious because I know how much the kids used to try to get away from the cameras and you don't often see that make the cut. And so it's hysterical when you see it, and maybe they just let it go because Kenzie's the littlest one, but she's like, he's right there. And then they
like, quit following me.
Yeah. Do you know how many times I was in the bathroom and a camera would be standing outside of the stall? And I was like,
and you're just like, don't want to come out of the stall. Yeah.
No, I would be like, ridiculous. Fine, I'm in here peeing. Do you want to hear me pee? Because I'm going to pee and I'm going to keep the microphone on. I would be so pissed off that they would be standing there like, give me 2 seconds.
Kenzie says she doesn't get it. She goes to get a drink and Melissa tells her, just to watch. And she tells Ray that she just can't, keep up with the girls, but she's trying, which Kenzie's 6. So Ray tells us that we need to know the lyrics and the moves because the boys are coming in the day of the video shoot.
The boys.
Yeah. And did they just come the day of, huh? So there was no rehearsal time with the boys at all. Mm-mm. Not long.
Again, that's something that would never happen.
Exactly.
They wouldn't have them practicing together.
They would be there from day one rehearsing.
Oh, yeah. And they would they would pair them up based on height, based on weight, or not weight, but strength.
Paige's, when they actually do the video, Paige's guy is 6 inches shorter than her. That would never happen.
Well, that's the thing is when you are that age, girls grow faster than boys.
Yeah.
So you need a boy that's 2 years older than them so that they're even the same height.
Yeah. It was probably Brian that picked the boys. So that's probably why it was not correct.
Oh,
I think I'll drink on that note.
Oh, I'll drink with you. Hold on. Don't drink alone. Never drink alone.
Okay. So then we're at the hair salon. And they got some doozies of hairdos. Let me tell
when Chloe goes, it was totally awesome. Totally awesome.
I don't know that I was that crazy about any of the hairdos. Maddie turned around with that hair.
Oh my God, that afro.
I was like,
or not an afro.
It was almost like a
mohawk. It was a mohawk, not an afro. Yeah.
And Melissa's like, can you dance with that hair?
Well, Melissa goes, oh.
Yeah. Goodness. Yeah, I don't think any of us had very good reactions to that. So we get an interview. Melissa saying that she's nervous about Kenzie with the long hours.
And I'm nervous about her choice of shirts. Melissa looks like she is from Little House in the Prairie in these episodes, but with big boobs.
Oh, she does have big boobs.
She has big boobs. Her boobs are up here. So she has on a water bra. But she has on a Little House in the Prairie shirt, but then she has the back of her hair. Look, I am only lip ripping on her because I make really unfortunate choices on TV. So I feel like I've earned the right. But one side of the back of her hair is teased. So it's like this the entire time she's in an interview.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's their fault. That's their fault.
Who
Like they're
didn't
supposed
check
to check your look before
No.
you are doing it during and while you're on the interview. There's somebody that's supposed to be watching on camera to see if you have flyaways and all that stuff. So that's not Melissa's fault. That's
No.
whoever was in charge that day.
Yes. Well, they were probably out on a sick day based on Chloe and I.
Yeah. But you say that the girls are going to be dancing with boys, and you don't understand why the artist wants to dance with little kids in the video when she's 20. And Holly tells us that us learning dances in a week is finally paying off for the kids.
And I'm eating crow.
Yeah, you and Holly
it's
both.
bitter.
I'm not. I'm like, screw it. They show Melissa an interview saying that if it was for dance, Maddie would get the part, but we're in Hollywood. So she will do anything she can to make Maddie become a star. And we see that coming up because then she meets Seven at the coffee shop.
So when you see Paige, though, I want to go back to the expressions when we see all of the girls, because the girls are all revealed to us in the like the beauty shop, and you see Paige and you go, woo.
Get. I wasn't crazy about their look. I was trying to pretend that I liked it. Yes.
It made me laugh so hard, Kelly. I don't know why.
I guess I'm not a very good actress, am I?
No, but we were really funny. Like, I thought all of us were funny. And when Maddie turned around, she did the rock and roll fingers, which in a couple of seasons, Chloe's going to get like sent to the guillotine
in trouble for that. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my. So Melissa's at the coffee shop with Seven, and Melissa wants to know what he's looking for. And Seven says that he loves Maddie, but it's all about the it factor. And she says, does Maddie have it? And I don't think he really ever answered.
He does not answer her.
Yeah.
He's like, she's talented.
Then they go to Maddie, and she's having a private rehearsal. They have Maddie in an interview saying that she should get the part because she practices the most. Like, here it is. She's having a private lesson in hip hop when all of us need work on hip hop. And Gianna took Maddie to have the rehearsal when we all needed that help. And I'm sure we were all available to come to that rehersal. And
we would have all loved
been willing. We would have all been definitely willing. And especially our girls, like, because it wasn't like a competition. It was something that they all wanted to do. So they would have more than gladly been there, but we didn't have that option.
No.
You and Chloe go to meet Howard Fine.
This is
Brad
my
Pitt's
super secret
coach.
That's my
super
secret
and I
thing.
gotta tell you, you get mad at Melissa for meeting with Seven, but you never even told us you met with this dude.
How much should I reveal? I mean, Kelly, I didn't set this up.
I know, and I don't think Melissa set up meeting with Seven either. But I'm calling you out on that because you say, "Oh, Melissa's doing sneaky shit behind our back." Well, so are you, bitch.
I am doing sneaky shit. The only thing I will say is that meeting with an acting coach and meeting with the person who's actually casting the video is slightly different.
Yeah, but
yeah,
you're still doing
shit,
I guess.
More, yes. I mean, did you see my Kleenex on my sleeves of my dress sitting there? I had some extra like balled up fabric on the top. It looked like if I needed the tissue, it was right there.
You always had extra fabric, like everywhere. Like, yes, yeah.
You
were into those
clothes.
Handmade outfits. Yes.
Oh, it's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm really mad at myself. Like, again, I would really like to have a redo. I would look so much better on TV now.
Wouldn't we all? I don't know. I better come and start to get some work done.
We weren't of that era. Now, when people get cast on shows, they're like, how can I have this be my social media? How can I leverage this? How can I do
I brand myself? Like JoJo did with the bows. Like, we had bows on every episode, but JoJo had somebody to brand her.
And she was like 3 years later, or 2 years later, whatever.
So she knew what to expect. Us, exactly. And then we had no clue.
No, we showed up. I remember sitting there with one of our showrunners in Connecticut, and he told you and I, we were on break, and he said, you guys need to get a Twitter. And we were like, who's going to follow us on Twitter? And then I remember saying, well, I might as well be dance mom Christi because no one will ever know what Christi Lukasiak means or how to spell it. And between season 1 and 2 that summer, you and I spent so much time trying to find an agent or a manager for those kids. We couldn't find anyone. And then when we finally did go in and we had an interview with an agent, which that'll be a story that we tell down the line. They looked at us and they said, we can't do anything with these kids. They're 10 and 11, maybe when they're 13 or 14. Now there's people that are zygotes that have brands, newborn babies have brands, but no one knew what to do with us or our kids.
Yeah.
It was just a totally different wild thing. But now, if you were on TV, we could be like, here's a link to my outfit. And you would try to wear it. Whatever. And meanwhile, then we were just like, what isn't dirty? What can I put on my body? How can I at least just crawl into the dance studio and get done with the day? We were not like that.
Yeah.
The world wasn't like that.
Yeah. I know I sure wasn't. Okay, so we're meeting with Howard Fine behind my back. And he says that they're going to explore emotional recall. And he asks Chloe, what was her saddest day?
This made my heart sad.
Yeah, Chloe says it's when her great-grandfather died.
Yeah, he loved her. Oh, God.
And she's having a hard time showing emotion. And
she said, I have a hard time getting the emotional, not the emotions.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time getting the emotional.
But Howard tells her acting is about contacting real sources. Howard asks Chloe if she considers her the best dancer in the group. Chloe says that her and Maddie are the best in the group. And Howard says, what stops you from being number one? He feels like she stops herself because she's sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells her to go in and be strong and be confident, which I think is good advice.
Yeah, I think that's great advice for anyone.
Yeah.
Stop comparing yourself, Yeah. And I do think it's interesting watching it back years later. And he says, you're a sensitive little girl and you worry about hurting others, or others might be hurt if you're successful. And I feel like there were a lot of the children who felt that way.
I mean, the kids spent 24/7 together. You didn't really want to be in an argument with each other.
Well, and I also think that you didn't want your friends to feel badly.
Exactly.
I don't.
But let's go on to us having lunch and drinks. Melissa was actually drinking at Cosmopolitan.
I saw that. Kelly, do you know what we did after this scene?
No.
Finish it and I'll tell you.
Okay. So you say that you're glad that Abbey doesn't determine who the star is.
It's true.
And that is when Melissa breaks the news and tells us that she went for coffee with Seven.
And she drinks very nervously.
Your face was like...
I mean, why am I shocked? You
say that's against all the rules and that she's going above and beyond what the rest of us do. And
Holly goes, oh.
Yeah, Holly's funny.
She is funny.
And Melissa's in an interview saying that what rules? There is no rules. This is Hollywood. And she will do whatever she wants.
Yeah, she doesn't answer to me, which, you know what? She doesn't answer to me.
Then they go to me and I say, well, that's why Maddie gets ahead. And I know everybody in the audience is watching and saying, well, you could have called and met Seven. But the thing is no, I couldn't. Just like I couldn't go meet with an acting coach because I was on a TV show and I could only do what they allowed me to do. You say in an interview that you thought that this was going to be an even playing field, because Abbey isn't picking the winner, I guess. Then they show us at the video shoot and Jimmy Chris makes a cameo.
Stop. You missed so much. Holly argues with Melissa.
Oh, I do have that wrote down. Holly wants to argue. And Melissa's like, I'm done. She reflects again. She reflects again. She just doesn't want to talk about it.
Doesn't want to talk. You and I are totally pissed. We're giving each other eyeballs. I love when Holly.
Meanwhile, I would have really been pissed at you if I would have known that you went to the thing and you didn't tell me.
Sorry. I mean, look, I probably wasn't supposed to tell you. I don't remember.
When the hell did we ever listen to those people? You should tell me.
I feel like I did, though.
I didn't know.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't, whatever. But the most important thing that we have to discuss is where we went after.
Where did we go?
first time you and I went to the Abbey in West Hollywood.
We did. I remember that outfit in a picture we took there with John.
Yes.
We were with John, weren't we?
Yes. And Brian. We met John. We went with Brian and John met us and we were at the Abbey. Now, the Abbey is a West Hollywood institution. Like it's so fun. It's an old church, the Abbey. It's not the Abbey Miller, but the Abbey, A-B-B-Y.
Oh, God. Thank God it's not the Abbey Miller.
And there's little guys who walk around in teeny tiny underwear and serve your drinks and they dance on the bar. It's a gay club. It's in West Hollywood. It's so freaking fun.
It was so much fun, but I was like in shock. Like
Yeah.
I'd never been in that kind of world before. I was kind of like, wow, I've like only seen this shit happen in movies. And here I am.
You said, I can't go to the bathroom alone. Go with me. What if something happens to me in the bathroom?
Well, I didn't know.
To the Abbey. We had so much fun that night, Kelly.
I do remember that night was fun.
Yes. Yes. So
and we were even with Brian.
Yeah. We never had fun with him because we were always afraid to
He was
drink,
always torturing us. Yeah.
If we said too much, he'd use it against us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the best part of this episode. That was the first time we went to the Abbey. There is a picture of me kissing your cheek at the Abbey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute. Mm-hmm. It's such a fun night. So
yeah, that was fun.
That was the best part of this episode.
I will never forget the Abbey. That's for sure.
And the undies. They have the
little
green
and the guys dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, they only had little tiny underwear, shoes, and a glove. One glove.
I know it. And they were also good looking. It's so sad because I could have picked one of them up.
Yeah. Ellie, you're not their type.
I know. That's why it's sad. All the good looking ones aren't available.
That's exactly
to me.
We pull up in our kidnapper van. You forgot to mention.
Oh God. I can't write down every detail because we would have a 3-hour podcast here.
Should we drink though in honor of the kidnapper van?
Yes. Wish it would kidnap me. Ugh. Okay. Ew, what are you doing?
No, you just made me laugh and you made me like swallow it down the wrong pipe.
Oh, champagne down the wrong pipe is not good. All them bubbles.
Yeah, it's like in my throat. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Take another drink.
I need resuscitated.
So we go to an interview and you say, how do a bunch of moms from Pittsburgh end up here? That's what I was thinking when we were at the Abbey. My thoughts exactly. How did I end up here?
You forgot when I said it's like an AA meeting.
Oh, I missed that.
I go, it's like an AA meeting. Hello, my name is Christi and I'm a dance mom. But should you tell the story about the one person who came up to you and said, do I know you from NA?
I think I already told that story. I didn't even know what NA was. Is that terrible?
I told it on the Patreon. So we can share it with the regular listeners.
Yeah. Somebody, because we were starting to get noticed from the show and people would come up to us and be like, do I know you from the bank?
Everyone knew you from the bank. Guess where people always knew me from?
Where?
Church.
Oh God. I got the bank or the gym all the time. Well, this one day somebody comes up to me and they're like, do I know you from NA? And I'm like, I don't think so. And Diane was with me. And I look at Diane and I'm like, where's NA? And she starts laughing. She's like, it's Narcotics Anonymous. I'm like, oh, well, they definitely don't know me from there. I didn't even know what it was. Oh God. There we are. The dumb mom from Pittsburgh. How did I end up here?
And people always knew me from church. I was like, I assure you, you do not know me from church.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
But I did see Jimmy.
I did too. Jimmy was
Chris.
cute. I love Jimmy.
Jimmy was our AD, and an AD is an assistant director. So they're essentially the people who are like, ladies, we need you to stand here and then walk in the room. Like they're communicating with the director and like giving us our call, like our marching orders, essentially. Like, I need you to stand over here. I need the girls over here. Because while it's all real, you still have to be on camera. And so cameras have to like be able to shoot you. So if something's going down, that's why when like the major fights go down, you always see extra people in them because they're just running and trying to capture it. But if it's just like a regular thing like Pyramid, we're waiting to be allowed to walk in the room so that the cameras are on us. It is real,
and they're out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah. But Jimmy was, oh God, we gave him such a hard time. That poor man.
I loved him.
Well, don't worry. Jimmy gets to go out with us for naked pizza. So
yeah, that's who I was with at the supper club.
I know. I'm aware. I was there. And we met Kevin Hart.
Yeah. So somebody else makes a cameo in this when the kids are getting their hair and makeup done. Daisy.
I saw Daisy.
Daisy is another one of our makeup artists. She was my favorite.
Do you see her all
the makeup artists we have? Yeah.
Daisy's a snack. Like she looks great.
I know. She had a baby.
Yeah.
Even right after she had, I mean, the baby's a couple years old now, but
yeah, but Daisy looks good.
She always looked good, but she was the best makeup artist. But so we're getting all glam ready. Did you see Paige has a dog collar on?
I literally have that. That was literally on my list. I said, is
you
Paige
can tell it's like bothering
collar?
her. Yeah, you can tell it's bothering her. She keeps playing with it, but it's so funny. I still have that dog collar.
I have the hair vest.
Do you? Yeah. I have the dog collar. That's one thing I have from Dance Moms, but it's in Pittsburgh. But I told Paige she should wear that on her dog because it's a
that's cute.
But the problem is it's blue, so you automatically think it's for a boy, but then it's rhinestoned. And like they would never let me put it on Buddy. Buddy was a boy. But they were always like, it's rhinestone, Mom. Like it's a boy. Like Josh was not going for that.
Leave him alone.
Yeah. Well, Josh was not going for that. So none of our dogs ever have worn it yet, but one of these days. Okay. So Paige has her dog collar on and Abbey says that this is everything that we've worked for and apply what she's taught us. And then the boys come in and Abbey tells them to make us look good.
Did you see Melissa's face when she said a boy's job is to make you look good? She's like,
no.
It's the funniest face.
I didn't see it.
But that just goes to show they always put the stupidest expressions of us on TV.
Always. Oh, absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely. And that probably wasn't even her expression to that comment. No. It was probably just an expression that she made sometime during the day and they just made it work.
But it's really funny because you're like, what the fuck is that face?
Abbey starts talking about the boys. She says that they look small and that the boys should be 6 inches taller than a girl.
Agreed.
And I agree too. And Paige's is 6 inches smaller.
Yeah.
Which looks kind of strange. So then we go to an interview and Melissa says Mackenzie's partner's clueless. I can't believe she said that.
I know. And Mackenzie says it in like a few beats. She says that he's clueless. This poor kid.
Doing something. And she said, Mackenzie says she doesn't want to do it, that she's not ready. And her and Mackenzie go to walk to the bathroom and Mackenzie's saying he's clueless. I can't believe that they had them say that about, I mean, we say it about each other's kids, but to say it about somebody else's, I was surprised that they aired that. She starts to practice with another boy because she says that this good kid can't do it. So they give her another boy to do it with, and they do the split up. And I guess Kenzie starts to feel better. And
I love though that when Abby's talking to her though, she's like in her face with a creepy voice.
I didn't get there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. But Mackenzie goes to interview and says, I just cry sometimes. It's no big deal. I like that.
Too.
I like that. So 7 comes in at this point, and Melissa and him give each other a big hug. And Holly's like, of course he sees Melissa and gives her a big old hug. And you're like, you could be in the back and he wouldn't even know you were missing because I'm not his coffee mate. That was pretty funny. 7 says that Lux wants to meet the girls.
Aww.
And that's when they go to Brooke. And Brooke says, well, if you want to be little Lux, you need to look like little Lux. So then Brooke's like, there's no way I'm getting this part because I have dark hair and I look nothing like Lux. So Lux. I'm out.
Lux is actually Ted Danson's daughter.
I know.
You remember
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
I don't think they ever like mentioned that on the show.
No, they did not. They did not.
So for anybody who's listening, who obviously watched it, Lux is Ted Danson's daughter, and Ted Danson was Sam Malone in Cheers. I mean, I know he was on other things, but to me, like he's Sam Malone.
Yeah, always Sam Malone. Yeah,
always. And it was cute because he sent her flowers on set. Remember that, Jay?
Yeah,
like he sent her flowers. And
Yeah.
I think that she's actually, they adopted her. He has some biological children with his wife, and I think that Lux is actually adopted by him, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but it was really sweet because I was like, oh my God, that's Sam Malone's daughter. It was cute. And she has a teeny tiny little thing.
Yeah, she is tiny.
Like, she's tiny. She was like the size of Brooke now.
Yeah.
She's little. She really is little.
So we meet the video directors. They're Tony and Ben. They have each girl come out and practice. And Maddie goes out and Abbey says she has it in the bag. And Mackenzie comes out and she was cute. She just did like a little kiss. Yeah. And then Paige and Chloe go out and they really didn't say anything about those two. But we go to an interview and Maddie says that she doesn't think it's all about talent. It's about the look. And this is when Maddie realizes that Chloe has the same hair as Lux. Yes, it made it very obvious with the black streaks.
It was very obvious. Very obvious.
So they go to an interview of you. You say the producer and the directors are choosing, not Abbey. So for once, Chloe has a chance. Then they go, Brooke does her practice. She does this arch back and Nia comes out and she does
my God
drop. I thought they almost died. How about the ones like, oh, I thought you got hurt. And the other one's like, I thought there was a trap door.
Here's like, what I wish.
It's just the death drop. no need to worry. It's just the death drop.
I need Nia to come to my house and teach me how to do the death drop. So when you do your party trick of the split, I can do the death drop.
You can do the death drop. Okay. You go ahead with that because I don't think I would even attempt the death drop.
Well, first of all, I don't want my hair on the floor.
Yeah, I'll stick with my split.
But could you imagine if we showed up at a party and you did a split and I did the death drop?
Yes. We would be the talk of the town.
Kelly, we're always the talk of the town.
I know, but at least that would give them a good reason.
I like that she goes, it's called the death drop.
I know. I know. It was so funny. No, it's the death drop. Then they go to her interview and she's like, I don't look like little Lux. And she tells us she's African American. Then they show Chloe in an interview and she says that she wants to be Lux. It would be a dream come true for her. Melissa says that.
But we all know Maddie will get it.
Yeah. And that if she gets it, the kids are going to be jealous.
And it's natural.
I think if Maddie would have got it, there would have been definitely something up because they wanted the person to look like Lux and Maddie has brown hair. Lux has blonde hair. So I don't think we would have been jealous. We would have just been like, if they're looking for somebody that looks like Lux, Maddie is not
the one.
Well, 7 says it's by the look and who looks like Lux. Now, to me,
yes, I know what you're gonna say. Paige and Chloe.
Like Maddie comes on and she does an interview and she says that she thinks she has a really good chance. Now, to me, I would have thought that this would have been between Chloe and Paige. Like I would have thought it would have been between Chloe and Paige.
It was. Do you not remember that?
I remember them telling me that because my kids have had so much negative shit every week that they told me they were promising me that this was going to be something positive for my kids. And then at the very end, they were like, Paige is going to get it. Paige is going to get it. But the whole thing comes down to and then they didn't give it to her. And because the whole episode came down to it being against Maddie
and Maddie. Yeah.
It's always the Maddie Chloe thing. So for Paige to get it made no sense because there was no conflict. Everybody would have been happy for Paige if Paige got it.
Sure.
There would have been no conflict. Where this way, it was Maddie saying, oh, she's going to get it because she's the better dancer and whatever. So that's why it was between Maddie and Paige just got thrown out again.
Well, you know what? That actually makes sense that you say that because I'm watching you in the episode, like after all this goes on and you seem a little aggravated and I'm like, why is Kelly aggravated? But I do remember they kept saying it's down to Chloe and Paige, like in real time. They did not say Chloe and Maddie. And when they do show it, I feel like they clip away. So it's a Franken bit.
But that's why they ended up doing it, because of Maddie's interviews and stuff and Melissa's, what they were saying, it made it more sense that it still be the Chloe Maddie fight.
Yep. And
like
I
it wouldn't have been anything if Paige, like I didn't even say a word in the whole episode. I don't think they ever even interviewed me.
And I remember 7 when he was giving feedback on all the girls. I remember very vividly him sitting there and telling us that Paige reminded him of Taylor Swift's early test shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was like, she has this amazing presence.
And she did very well at the interview.
Oh my God.
At the audition. That was the best I ever saw Paige.
And they actually show Paige repeatedly in the end video. You see Paige more than you see Chloe if you actually watch it.
Because that's how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Paige doing the video, but then it became the Maddie Chloe thing again.
Thing. And then that's really interesting.
I was disappointed at the end. Like you say, I look aggravated because they promised me that they were going to give my kids something positive, because I had been taking me and my kids take torture almost every freaking week.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do it.
I didn't know that, but it makes sense when I'm watching it. I mean,
and it makes sense to me watching it, because the storyline makes sense because it's Maddie Chloe thing again, but it's just bullshit. Like they could have made it be a Paige Chloe thing. You know what I mean?
Or how about just letting it doesn't have to be
a competition at anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like these two are back and forth. How about just like this one wins?
Nope. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Well, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault.
Didn't know. But now that I know that when I watch it, it makes sense why you're I'm like, why is Kelly aggravated? But then I did remember that they had kept saying like Chloe Paige, Chloe Paige, Chloe Paige. Yeah. And then when you watch it back, it's Chloe Maddie. And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't make any sense because Maddie doesn't even look like locks. Paige at least had the blonde hair.
It just made no sense. But I think it's just because of the Maddie Chloe thing.
I wonder when they decided that, at what point.
I don't know. I didn't find out it wasn't Paige until the very end. Probably because I would have probably flipped out.
You would have been pissed and you wouldn't have cooperated.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they knew until the end. I really don't. I think they were trying to see which option would have
worked
the best with what they had.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the filming that we had, I think it was like what's going to give us the better story.
I knew nothing about it. So it wasn't like I was being promised one thing and you were being promised another thing. It was just, I didn't know. So they were telling you that to keep you in line. Yeah. And then I'm over here like, ooh, Chloe got it. Ooh.
But that's what I'm saying about how they make things happen. Like you had no idea.
No,
everything was secretive, and
it's actually a fucking miracle. First of all, that we are still friends.
I know.
It really is a miracle.
I know. Yeah.
But if you watch the actual when they announce everything, it's Chloe and Paige that are hugging and that are excited, and Paige is happy.
That's
for
I
Chloe.
have it right here. Paige and Chloe give a big hug. And Melissa has her Elvis lip going on.
Yeah. Yeah. But that makes sense if they were bringing it down between the two of them, that it was Chloe and Paige, because they were building that up. And there's really behind the scene pictures of the two of them, like with a professional photographer where they're hugging, that I love from the show. I love it. I love those two. You know which one I mean?
Yeah.
Of the two of them, like sitting on the chair hugging. It's such a cute picture of them. Yeah. So, well, that makes sense. Okay. So I'm crying.
You're crying.
Maddie looks at Melissa. Melissa has the Elvis lip. She's pissed.
Yeah. Melissa says that she's happy and that she wants all the girls to get a chance. It wasn't about the dance ability, which I thought that was kind of a dig. Yeah. Like Chloe got it because it wasn't about dance.
Yeah.
And that's the other reason
on top.
But that's the other reason, just because like after that happened, like this was when you do your interview, it's after. So we already know who won. But the whole time they were talking about it not being about your dance ability, it being about like whatever. I almost think in a way that's why they had it be Chloe, because that was their way of saying, oh, well, like Maddie has the better dance ability. Just by these little comments, which are so horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's why when I watched this episode, you would think that when I watched this episode, I would love it because Chloe like wins or whatever. I was sick watching this episode because of
I mean,
stuff like
it's
that.
every other line. They were like, it's not about the dance ability,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming they were saying that because it was supposed to be Paige.
I mean, look,
And then
you know what, Kelly? Either way, it fucking sucks for you or me.
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay. So then we go to an interview with Maddie, and she says that she doesn't cry like other people do when she doesn't get the lead. She's happy for them, and she's happy for her too. So then they show us rehearsing the video.
I love this footage so much, Cal, because it's so innocent.
Oh yeah.
It's before
and they're
anyone
just
was
having fun,
and they think it's the greatest thing ever. And they're like, I'm in LA. I'm in a warehouse with feathers shooting a music video.
Those feathers were funny.
I
don't know what made them think of blowing feathers.
But it looks cool.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
It looks cool.
It does.
They're so cute.
How about the the guy says about the big rig, because like Chloe goes and walks too fast, and he's like, you have to, and he's like, this big rig will hurt you. And how about that other guy that starts screaming? My goodness, he was not a happy camper.
No. And Mackenzie tell us directors yell a lot.
Yeah. I forget what he was screaming about though. He was basically saying, I think he said, we're running out of time. You're burning my day, I think is what he said, but I couldn't understand what the burning of my day, but whatever. He was not happy. Then we go to an interview of Melissa, and Melissa's glad that Maddie didn't get the lead because she was dancing the whole time in the video. So that means that somebody's probably going to snatch her up. And then she says like, that Abby even said that. Yeah.
But that's one of those digs. Like that is a dig. Why doesn't somebody like bitch about that being a dig?
Chloe says that this is so much fun. I hope it never ends. Which was so sweet.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sweet.
I'm crying again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're a disaster. And you say how it's been a hard year, and she just wants Abby's approval. Yeah. Kiss my ass.
But they all want Abby's approval.
I know.
They do.
Well, you get it more than everybody else, other than Maddie. Then it's you. So
this season, you just wait. It's not going to be that way for long, but it's true. It's true. They all do really want Abby's approval.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Abby gives it.
Abby in her interview says that they chose Chloe and that she thinks that they made the right choice.
But you do have to point out that she says it wasn't about who has talent and who doesn't. It was the perfect match.
Yeah. And it was a cool opportunity for her.
Yeah, I just love the little dig though.
So then, we're all singing the summer love song. And
which no, they need to not sing.
Yeah. And Chloe thinks that she gained a lot of confidence during this. And then I thought the episode was over. And then all of a sudden we show up at home in Pittsburgh and we have another freaking pyramid.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought this episode was over. But this time we have a TV screen.
We're fancy like candy apples.
I know. We're moving up in the world. But this is a month later. So we had our little break, which I'm sure we all needed.
I came in with those aggressive wedges.
Oh, I had wedges on, aggressive wedges too. And I had like armor on, like.
Well, I had a one-shouldered layered dress.
I don't know where I found that outfit I had on.
Pretty sure we went to No Hands after.
Probably, of course. But Abby congratulates us for being national champions. And she tells us that she got a copy of the music video. And so we all watched the video.
The girls look so pretty in all their little dresses.
Yeah.
It
was nice to see them not in
dancewear.
Yeah. So Abby says that we are the next generation of the ALDC and that we are going to be stars. Maybe some of us.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking the Highlands are on that list, but okay. But she says, so we need to get ready for next season because it's going to be tougher choreography and new competitions, and everyone is coming home with a crown this season.
No, and they can all shove it up their ass.
This she can't. Sounds good to me.
Sounds
good to me.
Couple of behind the scenes things I want to point out before we go through like who had the most unfortunate outfit. I'm pretty sure it's me, and our favorite lines. Okay, so first of all, I have to say, I watched this episode at your house. Do you remember?
No.
Yes, Chloe and I came over and we were going to watch the finale of season 1 because it came on at that time. Because so originally when the show first aired, it was on Tuesdays at 10. And we were on after like Roseanne's Nuts, which was like her Hawaiian show or whatever. But when we started gaining traction in the ratings, they moved us to, no, we were on Wednesday nights at 10. They moved us to Tuesdays at 9. I don't know if we had been moved at that point, but I came over to your house and I watched it with you. And then as I was driving home on the East Coast, I'm driving home with Chloe. I don't even think I had Claire with me. I was getting texts from Los Angeles. And I was like, what is going on? And I'm looking at my texts as I'm like at red lights or whatever. And there were these texts that said, Christi, yay, Chloe is trending on Twitter, because this was before Instagram was around, but it wasn't like the big social media platform. It was Twitter. And they were like, yay, Chloe is trending on Twitter. And I kept saying like, what are you talking about? Like,
what's trending?
What do you mean? And I was like, is the Kardashians on? Cause I thought they meant like Chloe Kardashian. I had no idea. And they're like, no, yay, Chloe is trending. It was like number 2 in the US. And they're like, this is a big deal. And I'm like, what the fuck is yay, Chloe? And they're like, no, it's because Chloe got the music video. And I was like, seriously? And I went home and I like pulled up on my big desktop the top 10 trends in the Twitter US, and it was number 2, hashtag yay Chloe. And I took a picture of it because I was like, what is this? And that was really the first time that I realized that the show was like a thing. Like that was my first moment. I had a couple that were really small because everyone always asks like, when did you realize the show was a thing? We didn't, because we were like always living in the same world that we had always lived in, same house, same studio, same everything. It wasn't like we were all of a sudden in LA on carpets. It was like, we were still in Churchill and Murraysville. And so when someone was like, yay, Chloe is trending, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I was like, oh, that's cool. And right before that, I had received a call. So this aired on Tuesday. I think I got a call on Saturday, and it was from the head of Lifetime's PR. And they were like, Christi, we need you and Chloe to be ready to fly to New York tomorrow. And I'm like, for what? Like, what are you talking about? And they said, you and Melissa and Abbey, and I think Kenzie was on. I don't know if Kenzie was, but it was Maddie and Chloe and Abbey. You're going to be on the Today Show. And I remember being like, oh my God. Yeah. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Like the Today Show was a big deal. And so we were there at 4 a.m. in hair and makeup. And then Chloe had on, I think she had on her Black Swan outfit. And I think Maddie had on Angel, but we were on set in Times Square. And I saw through the windows all the people out in Rockefeller Center who were watching. And I just remember right before I went on, they said, whatever you do, make sure you plug the finale. And I was like, okay, because I was so nervous. And so we're being interviewed by Ann Curry. And Ann Curry is asking me these questions. And all I remember being like, don't forget to watch tomorrow night at 9. And she goes, I was getting there. Like she like corrected me. She's like, I was getting there. I'm like, oh my God. So that was really one of the first moments that I was like, holy shit, people are watching this.
Yeah.
And so that was weird. Mm-hmm. But the other thing I have to say about behind the scenes, actually, you know what? I'll tell the story on the Patreon because it's a little juicy about behind the scenes. And it's about the day we filmed the music video. So that was my whole like Today Show, but that was crazy. So I watched it with you. We watched it together, and it was you and me and your recliners and Randy kind of like hanging out in your living room. Like that was literally how we watched the finale.
How exciting we are.
I know, we're so exciting. So bottom of the pyramid for clothes. I mean, Melissa might beat me this week with that Little House on the Prairie shirt, but I'm pretty ugly.
I didn't see it, but I'm thinking that would probably be the worst.
I'm going to show you a
Little House
screenshot.
on the Prairie.
It's bad. It's
Okay.
bad. Top of the pyramid for outfits.
God.
Oh, not that dress I was wearing during the filming of the music video. That thing was hideous. I liked both of our dresses when we went to the Abbey. I still like that dress.
Yeah. I don't mind that gray one. Not that I would wear
and
it
I
now,
had like
but...
a black and white that kind of was the way it was fitted was flattering. And I had like my hair just pulled up. I thought it was cute. So maybe we'll be at the top just because that was super fun.
We'll share it.
We'll share. Okay. Top of the pyramid. Twins.
Sounds good.
What about favorite lines? Oh, no. Wait, hold on. How many cocktails did it take you to get through this episode?
Watching it?
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, not really many. Maybe I'll go with 2 because it was aggravating knowing that it was supposed to be Paige's part. And
yeah, I didn't know that.
She got dumped again.
I'm going to say it was a 2 for me because it's hard to watch with all the little digs. What was your favorite line?
I have wrote down when Brooke says, if you want to be a little Lux, you need to look like a little Lux. I just thought that was funny that it was like the first time she realized like, I have no chance.
Aw, that's a pretty good one. Hold on, let me look for mine. I actually like highlighted it. Wait, where is it?
Oh, I also put the line you said about how did a bunch of moms from Pittsburgh end up here?
Holly and I used to say that all the time, even off camera. We would always be like, we are just a couple of moms from Pittsburgh. How did this happen? I'm going to go with I'm not his coffee mate was my favorite line.
Yeah.
When I said about
that.
Melissa and Seven, I'm not his coffee mate.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite line from last episode?
I have to go look at my papers.
Oh, get your papers. I'll look while you're looking.
Can we pause it?
All right. Mine are, I'll give you a mommy hug because your mommy's not here. I thought that was sweet. But my honest, real favorite line from episode 11 was, you can take that crown and shove it up your ass.
Mine.
How do you not like that line?
Yeah, that was mine too.
That is fucking iconic. You talk about your kids having balls to laugh in Abby's face.
I think at this point, I really didn't care. Yeah, no.
And that's season 1, Kel.
I know. I've had enough.
By the time we get to season 4.
I've had enough.
All right. Well, I think that is just about it for this episode. So if you want to catch up, so we're going to watch the Abbey special, which will be very interesting. That'll be a 27 drink episode for us just to get through. We're going to watch that one before next week. And if you want to keep up with us, you can definitely watch that. But we have lots of fun stories that are happening on the after party this week. So definitely jump over there and check it out. That is patreon.com/backtothebar. And I guess other than that, like, we made it through season 1. Look at us.
I know. I can't believe we're through the whole season already.
I know. It's
but this is a short season. So some of our seasons end up being like 30 some episodes. So
yes.
This was
but
13.
Before we start season 2, we definitely have to do a special with John because he'll give you all that intel that most of us don't know. Because I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So I think we have a couple of weeks of like really exclusive, like never before talked about shit that we're going to get into before we even start season 2. Season 2 is an odyssey. I do know that. All right. Well, we'll see you over on the after party. So thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Hugs and kisses. Love to you all. And we'll catch you on the dark side.
Okay. Bye. Thanks for listening to Back to the Bar.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to listen to your podcasts.
And check out our YouTube channel, Back to the Bar, if you want to watch the episodes. The channel is linked in our show notes.
And if you want to join our weekly after party,
where we dish even more dirt,
like naked pizza, Kel, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/backtothebar. See you next time.
See you next time.
Baby, I just wanna dance.